Hey guys, and welcome to my first look at Antichamber. I'm already in-game, and that's because this game doesn't actually have a start screen. This is the start screen. This is the first thing you see when you boot it up. I actually had to delete my save to get here, but that's okay. So Antichamber is a game that I'm very familiar with. I'm not familiar with it at all, but I'm very excited about. It's a really neat puzzler. So as I turn here, you can see the menu screen, where we can change our controls. This is really interesting. I don't actually want to click on anything now that I think about it because it will fuck up the recording. But I can, for example, turn off the sound of music and turn it back on like that. And the windowed full screen and screen resolution buttons work just fine as well. There's nothing... It's really interesting how seamless that is with gameplay. You just point at them and click. Probably the most interesting menu screen I've ever seen. Here's the controls, of course. Very simple controls. I'm not sure why you would ever need to walk. Haven't come across that yet, but we got WASD spacebar, left mouse interact, and look around. Very simple controls. Oh, and also escape at any time to return to the antechamber, which is this. So as we get started here, choose your destination. This is our world map, and at any time we can return to any room we've been in, which is a really nice way to do a puzzle game. There's not a lot of backtracking if you don't want there to be. So let's go ahead and move into the first puzzle here. So Antichamber, as you can see, has a very stark, distinct visual style as we jump. Oh, we missed. There are no textures in this game, and it's just very abstract in a lot of ways. And we'll find more as we go on, as this clock spells out the words, or the letters L-I-F-E over and over again. We'll find out very shortly that, oh no, I want to get to the end. What a bummer. We'll have to jump again. But we'll find out very shortly that geometry is something that Antichamber takes pretty lightly. And here's a click here. Failing to succeed does not mean failing to progress. There are a lot of these little messages scattered throughout the world that remind me thematically a lot of Braid in some ways. It's interesting, just little reflections on life with pretty pictures. Some paths are clearer than others. And yeah, they'll just say interesting things. So here's our first Escher-like area. We've got a staircase going down. We can go down the staircase, come back around, and we're back at the same place. Okay, what about the blue staircase leading up? Come around here, and we're back at the same place again. Oh, by the way, we should definitely check these out. The choice doesn't matter if the outcome is the same. A choice may be as simple as going left or right. So we're at this point where both of these staircases, despite going to completely different places, wrap around onto themselves and come back to this hallway that we just came through. What if we go through again? It's completely different now. When you return to where you have been, things aren't always as remembered. And we're going to enter this hallway. And wait a minute. Oh, wait. You know, I actually legitimately thought that was a puzzle when I first started playing. I thought you could just keep on going around forever. But anyway, that's an example of a hallway that loops around twice as many times as it should. So we go through the laser, the door opens, we go through the laser, we're stuck! Let me back out! Some choices leave us running around a lot without really getting anywhere, so we're gonna have to hit escape to return. If you don't like where you've ended up, try doing somewhere else, something else, suggests guy with hat. There is, I guess, the antagonist. I've seen this a few times. I haven't gotten far enough to know what the fuck it is. Also, there's our exit, but unfortunately it's blocked by glass, taunting us the whole time right next to our antechamber. But anyway, we can go ahead and come back to where we were last time. And this text used to be jump, if you recall, but now it's suggesting that maybe we walk. And as we walk, we actually get a floor forming underneath us, which allows us to move forward. Taking the first step can be harder than the rest of the challenge. Not actually sure what that is referring to, having beaten this area. Oh! Fell down a hole. Alright. And now we're here. There's a lot of that in this game. A lot of, like, I don't want to call them jump scares, but, like, jump puzzles. Where you just, like, fall through the floor where you thought you were going. We often fall into things when we least expect. Yep. True story. Let's go ahead and navigate around that. Can't get through there, but worth a try in this game. Who knows when some kind of bizarre geometry might happen like that. We can actually climb up these stairs on the ceiling to make it up there. Or, no, a staircase just forms underneath us. Small steps can take you great distances. So as you can see, this is a game that really sort of messes with what a game is. What looks out of reach may only be a few steps away. Probably not this one though. That time I jumped to get through the magical floor. Sorry, what am I trying to say here? So this game, we do not have what we need for that puzzle yet. This game sort of makes an effort to be what a game can be. You know, it's exploring new ground for video games. There are a lot of video games that are attempting to be movies lately. You know, like a game will just be a lot of cutscenes, a little bit of gameplay. Gameplay has to be easy and not very meaningful so that everybody can definitely get through and see all the movie that you spent all that money on. I'm going to try to force this thing down by timing it properly. You know, and this Antichamber to me feels like the exact opposite of a game like that. I don't think we can get down there, actually. I don't remember this puzzle at all. Uh-oh, am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. Let's get back to the Antichamber. But yeah, this game strikes me as the polar opposite to what like a cutscene heavy game without meaningful gameplay. This is a game that is all about. I want to get through the left door, and I know there's a way to do that. I'm not sure I have what I need for this puzzle, actually. I don't think I ever solved this one either, which is weird. I'm wondering if the puzzles are slightly different every time you play. That would be very interesting and also very unusual. Also, the way I came in here seems to be gone, but that's okay. Oh! Oh, this is the one we can force down. But yeah, Antichamber, like, this game presents an experience that you really couldn't have outside of a video game, and I really like that about it. Like, you guys know what I mean? Like, the geometry of this area is so interesting and different, and it's just an experience that I've never had before, obviously. If you aren't paying attention, you will miss everything around you, of just the world not really making sense. And this is not a place I can be either. I'm trying to find the puzzle I'm able to solve. I'm also not sure what this stuff is. Guess we can go down here. Ah, yes. These little things, still have no idea what they do, but I think they change somewhere elsewhere in the world. You just have to kind of figure out what. But I think that's the end of our stuff there. So why don't we teleport back, figure out where else we might want to go. That's where we just were. Connecting the pieces, not so much. I think we might be able to beat this one. Oh, I saw... there we go. I was just focusing too hard on down. Life has a way of pushing us in the right direction. Ah, wow. Here we are. So we'll just walk across this thing. Annoying barrier. We'll just get around it because we know we can't jump. How we how we perceive a problem can change every time we see it. Still a door over there, though. And here we go. This is the set piece I was hoping to get to in this first look. Also, we have to, like, push that thing the whole way, and I don't think I'm going to do that on camera. Whoa. That is glitched out. That's not how it's supposed to look at all. Oh, no. That's unfortunate that I found my first ever visual glitch during this recording. Oh, God, this whole room's all fucked up. Don't look at it. This is usually a really cool room. I have no idea what happened. Oh, that is very sad. All of the beautifully rendered little things on different sides of these cubes is usually a very cool set piece. It still is kind of a cool set piece in a strange way, but certainly not how it's supposed to look. But anyway, yeah, these are just a bunch of cubes containing different interesting little pieces of three-dimensional art. I really like this room. It's cool stuff. At any rate, so my concern with this first look is that I really don't want to show off too much of Antichamber, because there are a lot of really interesting little surprises thematically that happen. We haven't gotten to any of them yet, which I'm happy about. I've just been kind of showing off the geometry of the world and how the puzzles tend to work. But needless to say, there's a lot to this game, and if I told you what it was, then you wouldn't get the thrill of it yourself. Would I recommend picking up Antichamber for, I believe it is on sale slightly under $15 right now? Absolutely. This is a really neat game, probably one of the most interesting games I've ever played on the PC. It's right up there with Braid in my eyes. Maybe not quite as good as Braid, but still very interesting. It's going to make you think in new and interesting ways rather than being, you know, a traditional puzzle game where you move crates a lot. It's a very strange game that makes you think about things in a different way and navigate a world that does not make physical sense, which is awesome. This is exactly the sort of thing that I love to see from video games, because video games as their own medium need to figure out what experiences they can convey that no other medium can, and I think video games especially are really good at just surreal experiences of things that would be physically impossible, and Antichamber is just exactly what that is to a T. It's so good. It's such an interesting game. It blows me away every time I play it. So I'm going to end the first look here. I know this is a very short video and I apologize for that, but again, I really don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I think you guys should experience this game for yourself. Hopefully you're sold on what I've told you and what you've seen so far, and all of these cubes that are having some kind of graphical glitch that I kind of suspect is due to my recording software. You should also come back to this room and look at it a little bit better, because these things are not supposed to look like this, but they're more like this one. Just cool stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.